All praises to the Most High. I'm your brother, Judah, Murray, Israel, spreading this truth to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And like the scripture, James 1:1 says, to all the 12 tribes, greetings. We're going to spread this truth to all our brothers and sisters and pray, hoping that they will get this message, that they are the children of Israel, they're the chosen people of God. They have things to do. They must repent, come back to their heritage, and get their life right in these latter days. Because as you can see, it's unfolding. Prophecies being fulfilled. And if you're not paying attention to none of this stuff, you're going to get overwhelmed and you will be destroyed here in Mystery Babylon the Great. So to all my precious family, Royal Family, happy Sabbath day. And we're going to give all praises and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, YAHAWAH, which is his son, Jesus the Christ, ignorantly. Alright, so the topic is called detoxing and renewing your mind. Detox and renewing your mind. Alright. The key thing about having a clear understanding of the Most High, to me, that's the first step. Alright? The first step is to clear all this dung, this crap that's in your head, and everything stir up and conjure up in your mind. The heart of your body, right? This thing that we wear, the spirit, everything that's in this body, the spirit that's riding this vehicle, which is your body, your fleshy body. Your spirit is riding it, man. Right? So the heart of your whole body, whether it be your physical body, whether it be your spiritual body, the main source, the motherboard of this whole entire thing of you is your mind. Men yet figure that out. They're not going to figure it out. They can go and make their laboratories. They can have technology. They can have their doctors, their physicians, their scientists. They still yet figure out how to know how the brain function. Yeah, they might have some brain surgeons and stuff like that. True, they did. You know what I'm saying? Still, they ain't figuring out how this mind operate. The only person that know that is the Most High. It's Yahawah. So now, the key thing about this, right, is to understand how the Most High think. Because there's things that we say or do and we feel. We're too emotional. That's the problem. Your feelings is going to always get you killed. Physically and spiritually. Your emotions is going to get you killed. So you need to hold grip tight to your feelings and your emotions in every situation. This is why they say you can't do that at your job. You can't do that anywhere else in business, where it has to deal with business, where it has to deal with truth. They already automatically telling you, keep your emotions in check, man. Whatever goes on in your life, that's your problem. You got to pray. You got to sort it out. You got to fix it for yourself. That has nothing to do with everybody. You can do your job without putting your emotions in everything. So the white man telling you straight up, I don't give a damn about how you feel about a situation. It is what it is. Whatever policies go on here, you know what you have to do. The Most High is saying the same thing to your jackass. And we're going to have to keep it blunt, man, because y'all niggas are simple, man. You Latinos are simple, man. What make you think it applies to one aspect, but it don't apply in the other? And what make you think that the Most High didn't create all that? He's the architect. He created everything. So if the white man knows it, where do you think he got that shit from? So in his institutions, he's basically telling you, Whatever my policy says about what your dumbass need to do has nothing to do with your emotions and feelings. You can have a hard day at your house, going through problems, paying bills and struggling. That has nothing to do with your job. They don't care. All right. The Most High, unlike the so-called white man, he's merciful. He has understanding. Okay. He knows that you're going through stuff. He knows that you under the curses. He knows that you have struggles and trials and tribulations. He knows those things. And he's merciful about them. But it's coming a time that you're still going to have to do what the hell he says, despite your emotions and your feelings. So one thing about knowing and understanding about the Most High, you got to detox. You got to mentally get your mind right. What's up, Ak? How you doing, Tyree, man? Happy Shabbat, happy Sabbath day. About to start this before we do our council. I'd like to get it in a little bit and finish this out doing this lesson. So how you doing, brother? I'm glad you can join me, man. Let's go, man. So that's what I'm saying. Your heart is not people modern day in today's life. They think your heart and your heart is your feelings, how you feel. It can be in some texts, but the main text and the main thing, your heart is your mind. Yeah, it can be a feeling. It can be, but it's more intellect than feeling. All right, I'm gonna keep that in mind. Zondervan, he gave us a definition of it. All right. And I'm going to read it first, but I'm going to break it down, because if you don't break it down, because white people can say it's a feeling. Nah, throughout the whole, when he's talking about your heart, he's mainly talking about your thoughts and your intellect, your mind. He's not talking about how you feel. He can give a damn about how you feel. He's merciful. Like I said, he has understanding. He knows what goes on. He's the one that did it to you. He's the one that puts you in these situations. So he don't give a damn about how you feel about that situation. He puts you in that situation to see if you're really loyal to him. Do you really have faith? Do you really believe? Because some of you niggas speak with your mouth. You quick to speak and slow to hear. So he has to put you in hell to see if you really mean what you say. Because some of you niggas don't mean what you say. You do that in a physical life. You say you're going to give somebody time off, you neglect it. All right. You say you're going to be a good husband, you neglect it. You say you're going to be a good wife and listen and honor and submit, you neglect it. All right. Your kids, you tell them to do this and this and this. They too busy doing their own thing. They don't want to hear you out. They neglect you. All right. So yeah, dad, yeah, pops, I'm going to take the trash out. You don't hear him. He ain't taking it out. So you have to grab him by the neck and yank him up and do all this physical stuff and be aggressive. You don't want to do that. All right. How come you couldn't do that when I was nice and showing you mercy? How come you couldn't do the things that I tell you to do? Because I be busting my ass and doing stuff for you. How come you can't do that for me? All right. So the Most High is saying the same thing. We like children. You got to put yourself in your kid's shoes when it comes to the Most High, man. You still a child. It doesn't matter how, if you 40, you 50, you 60, you 70, you 80. Now, children understands this because you the parent. When they get up an age and when they get like a grown man, they feel like you can't tell your ass what to do. But look, I don't even tell my children, when you get 18, you can do whatever the hell you want. When you become a man, you can do, when you get out of school, out of class, you can do whatever the hell you, nah, I don't tell them that. You know why I don't tell them that? They still have to listen to people even when they turn 18. They still gonna have to listen to people when they walk out your door. They still have to listen, man. So I do not tell my kids that bullshit. That's a lie, man. You're going to be following somebody's rules all your life. So you better get used to it. That's the point. If you can't follow rules on this earth, how can you follow the rules of the Most High? So that's why I'm saying you got to detox all that stuff. You got to, those are imaginations. You heard your parent, what you get, once again, you've been parakeeting what other people that dumb said. All I don't care if it's your parents. I don't care if it's your grandma. I don't care if it's so-and-so. You've been parakeeting that bull crap. So now you passing it down to your children. You say, well, you turn 18, you can do whatever the hell you want. No, they can't. No, the fuck they can't. That's a lie. No, they can't. They still got to go to that dumb pink red boss and pick up that pallet jack and pull that pallet out the trailer. They have to do it. If they don't do it, they can't make money. Wherever if they in internship, they learning from somebody. They following rules. If they want to keep that job and make an 8-figure a year, they better shut the hell up and do what that boss tell them to do. So no, you lying to them. Stop lying. All right? I'm just a real guy. I don't. This world ain't no fairy tale. So let's get the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary right here. On the heart. We in page, if you got the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, you can follow me. All right. So we're going to be on page 220 in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. All right. So we're in page 220 under heart. All right. In the Bible, I'm going to read. In the Bible, the heart is regarded as being the seat of the intellect. What did Zondervan say? In the Bible, the heart is regarded as being the seat of the intellect, the feelings, and the will. That's what he says. Little accounts, it can go into feeling. Little accounts, it can be the will, but we already know the will. That has nothing to do with the heart. The heart has everything to do with intellect, mainly. Okay? The will of God, which I'm going to get there, I'm going to get what's the will. See, so Zondervan, he don't know how to precept. So that tells you in theologians, in Christian church, in Christianity, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. We're going to get the will later. The will, it has nothing to do with your heart. Okay? It's part of fixing the heart. Okay? The will of God has nothing to do with the heart of God. Okay? Because God leave you little breadcrumbs and definitions to understand what he's really talking about. But this is why in further lessons I'm going to teach how do you, after this, I'm going to break it down slowly into little lessons. So right now we're dealing with the mind. But other teachings later on, you're going to find out how to precept, where to go, how to do those things. I'm going to teach that through this is part 1 of all how do you get the understanding to know God. Okay? Well, I'm slowing it down to let people know that your heart has everything to do with this. You are battling with yourself. You ain't battling with no angel. You ain't battling with God. You ain't battling with nobody around you. This is a battle and a fight between yourself, your physical self, and your spiritual self. It has nothing to do with anything else. All right? Because God left the tools. So if you're not doing what God says, you're going to be destroyed. Yourself destroys yourself. The things that goes on has everything to do with your dumb ass. Has nothing to do with nobody else doing it to you. They are part of it. God put people there. He set you up. He set you up. Okay? But it's you. Remember you say all the time in your mind, free will, free will, free will, free will. All right? So yeah, there's free will. You have free will. Free will to make a right choice or the wrong choice. So when you make the wrong choice, you got to hold yourself accountable. You got to take that L, big boy. You got to take that L, woman. All right? You made that decision on your own. You put yourself in that shit. All right? God was trying to tell you, no, that's not the right way. But you refused to listen. You thought that. You felt. You see that? You felt in your heart, in your soul, in your mind, mainly your mind, that this way is right. And guess what? You deceived yourself. All right? It was never right. So that's the problem. All right? So read this again. In the Bible, the heart is regarded as being the seat of the intellect, the feelings, and the will. Every imagination of the thoughts of his heart would imply intellect. There you go. You see that? And that's all I need, because everything else doesn't apply, because he goes into feeling, will, okay? But we already know if you're in this truth, you should know what precept is the will of God. You should know automatically what's the will. Because King David told you what was the will of God. It has nothing to do with the heart. All right? Your heart has to do with intellect. So I'm just going to read that. All right? We done with Zondervan. All right? Because sometimes you got to, if you know the precepts, you know what you're talking about over Zondervan. All right? So some things he says is right. Some things he says is not right. So the heart is your intellect. It's your mind. That's basically what he's saying. It's your mind. Intellect comes through thoughts. Your mind and your brain have to make the right decisions, how to maneuver. You using your mind, your brain to do that, to solve problems, to straighten things out, to sort things out, right? The mind does that. Nothing else does that. Your brain does that. So now we got that out the way. Okay. One key step to getting the perfect understanding of the Most High is that you need to stop thinking for God and you need to stop speaking for God. You peons and we average folk here on this earth as men, as atoms, whether they be atoms of women, atoms of men, atoms of children, right? The big thing that we have a problem with is thinking for God and speaking for God. You learn all that stuff growing up with your grandma, with your grandpa, with your mother, with your father, with all elderly folks, with every dumb fool in the Christianity church. They always speaking and think and trying to change God's thoughts. God said, hell no. All right, so let's get some scriptures on that to prove. In order for you to know how God is, you got to know how he operates. And what this whole Bible is about, how God thinks and what God wants you to do. So it has nothing to do about your emotions and your feelings on what you want to do. It's more about what you should do for him, not for yourself. So get your little bitty yourself out the way. Okay, yourself has nothing to do with, the sun don't set on your behind. Okay, so that's one thing. The sun don't set on your behind. All right? So whatever God wants your butt to do, that's what you need to do. Okay? Point blank, period. All right? So that's the key part to understanding the Most High. If you refuse to do what he says, and you constantly keep trying to think and talk for him, you're not going to get no understanding for one. You're not going to understand nothing about the Bible because you're too worried about what God should do for you, what God should bless you. Who are you to say what God should do for you? He created you. He's the potter, you the clay. If I created you, hell nah, you're going to listen to me. I ain't listening to you. Huh. All right. Point blank, period. You need to check yourself before our people, everybody on this earth need to check themselves before they wreck themselves. God is in full effect. He's in full control of your life. If he wants you to be a boxer, he's going to let you be a boxer. He don't have to let you be a boxer. If he wants you to be a musician, he going to want you to be a musician. He don't have to let you be a musician. He can put you in so many places to knock you off that. Okay? If he wants you to be a teacher, he'll let you be a teacher. But there's things that you have to do in order for you to teach. You got to work for stuff. Okay? You got to work for it. If it's not meant for you to have it, it's just not meant for you to have it. You niggas and spicks want to force stuff in. No, dude, it doesn't work like that. So let's get this scripture. Let's get Isaiah 55, 8 through 9. Isaiah. All right, so we're going to go in Isaiah. We're going to go in Isaiah 55, 8 through 9. Okay. Let's get there. All right. So we in the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 8 through 9. And it reads, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts." So God's basically setting it up for you to let you know your thoughts and how you think 24 hours a day, the way you think every day, has nothing to do with how I think every day. The stuff that you think about on a 24-hour basis, oh, I got to do this, I got to get this way, we got things to do. No, you don't have things to do. You keep doing the repetitive cycle every day for the so-called white man. That's not important to the Most High. All right? Keeping commandments, making sure everything is straight out here, everything follows my commands. Okay? That's what I want you to do every day. I don't care about the so-called white man. I don't care about what the hell he says. You do. I don't. I created him. He's a creature, just like you. You a creation, just like he is. He got a judgment, just like you. So I don't give a damn about what you think, how you feel, what you got going on in your life, because I can shut it down anytime I feel like it, because I'm God. So that's a clean picture. All right, read that again. For my thoughts are not your thoughts. God said, my thoughts is not your thoughts. Read. Neither are your ways my ways. So what did that mean? How you move on a day-to-day basis. The things that you feel like that's important to you, God said, I don't give a damn about that. Straight up. I'm saying it just like that because that's basically what he's saying. Your birthdays for your kid, I don't give a damn about your birthdays for your kid. All right? Damn, that's mean. No, it's not. He don't care about birthdays. So what do you think he give a damn about little Becky's birthday or little Tyrone birthday or Pookie's birthday? He don't give a damn about that. All right? So what you think and how you move, you on TikTok 24 hours a day. Your little kids is playing video games all day long. You tell them to do something. They don't know instruction. God said, man, if it was him, he would blow him up off his seat, destroy the game. He would use some type of thing to make him do a backflip out the seat and make him do what he's supposed to do. All right? God is not you. Okay? So that's what he's saying to you. Okay? He said, I care about instructions. So if the child don't give a damn about the father's instruction, I will wipe him off the face of this earth. I will send something to destroy your kid. That's how God thinks. He's a man of war. He's a man of instruction. So wherever he says goes. And that's why he created a man to reinforce what he said. So this is why a man thinks aggressively. This is another lesson. That's another lesson for you ladies to understand how a man is. A man don't care about all that extra filly touchy stuff. He cares about what his words going out and being what it is. Because God, his words can be everlasting because he makes it so. So a man want to be like that. A man want to say something and see it come to pass. He wants that. Okay? He can care less about all that filly touchy, rubbing on your butt, kissing you. All right? He want to be honored. He want to feel respected. He wants his word to go forth. That's why we have kings. That's why they were men. They want their word to be everlasting, like a guide. All right, we can care less about that filly touchy stuff. We can be merciful and have understanding because Christ teaches us that. But other than that, that's a guy's mentality. That's all of their mentality. They can care less about how you feel and what you do. Read. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Most High. No, saith Moray. Saith Moray, Judah, Israel. I said that. No, saith the Most High. So God don't give a damn about nobody's situation. He don't care about the white man's situation. Okay? He don't care about the Asian situation. He don't care about no nation, nobody, including his own, about what you thought, how you felt. I thought it was this way. Yeah, that's the key thing. You thought it was that way, but it wasn't that way. So take the L, man. Take the L. You thought it was like that, but it wasn't. I'm sorry. Okay? God says no. So therefore now, don't you feel like now after hearing that, what do I need to do to please the Most High? Not myself. That should be, hey man, that should be the first thing that come out your mouth right now. It shouldn't be what you want, how you feel. That's like a kid. In order to please your parents, you have to do what they say. It's not about what you want to do, okay? You don't have no say-so as a son or a daughter. You are created by your pops, so you have to obey what your father says. Point blank, period. Your mom really don't have no say-so over your pops. The man does. So wherever he instructs in his home, that's how it should be. That's a guide. So you got to put, now that's a deeper understanding. I know Tyree said, man, they're going to go over people's head. You're supposed to go slow. But it happens this way. It got to be. Because you got to break things down. The milk can be meat. People get full off the milk. Babies get full off milk. So the milk can be meat. Okay? If you break it down the way that you're supposed to break it down, people will say, oh, I didn't see it that way. Oh, that's the point. Okay? Because people don't see things that way. Because they wasn't taught that way. It's right there for you. Read. Let's get 9. Here we go. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, for heavens higher than the earth, read, so are my ways higher than your ways. What did he mean by that? That means you don't have no control. He's in charge over your life. He's in charge over everything. Read that part again. Let that marinate. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, for heavens higher than the earth. I'm in heaven. I'm in the third heaven. You can't get up there. They already full. They will be after this lesson. They're going to be like this. They're going to be sleeping. There he is. What's up, Dave? What's up, Mighty King? We on it today, man. Let's go, bro. What's up, brother? How you doing? How you been, man, by the way? You made it home safe? They got your truck in order, man? Because, man, Alabama's full of those. Bro, man, Alabama's full of racist people, bro. Especially with all the stuff that's been going on. Shoot, I know they having a picnic over there in Alabama, man. I hope you would say, you must be, since you up on my live, man. All praises to the Most High. All right. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. So God made a distinction from him to you. Oh, man, you still in Alabama? Man, I hope you make it home safe, brother. So let's read that again. Verse 9. For as the heavens are higher than the earth. Heavens is higher than the earth. He's in the heavens. He's higher. He's above you. Read. So are my ways higher than your ways. So is my ways, how I move on a 24-hour basis, how I operate and how I move. It's different than how you move. You thinking about unnecessary stuff every day. You thinking about this every day. I'm thinking about today. It's the Sabbath day. A lot of you guys is going to go out and break the Sabbath because you don't care about today. Okay? I care about today because I hollowed today. I rested today. So I'm going to rest today and I'm going to keep my law that I eventually gave to y'all guys to keep. But a lot of you nincompoop Negroes and Latinos is going to be out here going to the mall, trying to get some shoes and clothes, trying to go eat, right? Trying to sit down with your family and eat a meal, right? And you wonder why you get sick, and I curse you on this day because y'all doing things that I told you not to do. So my thoughts, your thoughts has nothing to do with mine. Your ways has nothing to do with me. Okay? So he made a distinction from himself from you. He said, I'm holier than you. Okay? In order for you to be holy like me, you have to be applying something. You have to be doing my instructions. That's the only way you're going to get an understanding of God. You got to clear all that junk out your head. So God just made a distinction of himself to you. He separated. That goes the same for a lot of the true teachers of Yah compared to the flock they're feeding. Exactly. All right. So God just made a separation from himself to you. He separated himself. That's basically what he's doing. He's forcing you to learn. He's forcing you to learn about me. If you want to know me for real, you'll do what I say. You stop thinking for me. You stop speaking for me. I already laid it out for you. So if you don't follow that, what's written in here, precept upon precept, if you're not going to clear this out your head, and then the second step, if you're not going to keep my instructions, my laws, my commandments that you say, that everybody say is done away with, that's how you get a good connection. This is how you get a good understanding of the Lord. This is how you get a real personal relationship. Like you dumb Christians say, I got a personal relationship. No, you don't. You don't know nothing about God. This proves it. God is basically saying, no, you don't. You're just talking at your ass. I don't want to hear that. I thought diarrhea comes from the back end, not the front end. You don't know me. You say you do. But when I start killing folks, then you say, no, that's not my God. That's not my Jesus. Yes, it is. Jesus learned from his daddy. So if that's not your Jesus, I don't know what Jesus you talking about. All right. So there you have it. All right. Do we have understanding on that? All right. So I'm going to read this real quick. So this is why he gave us his instructions to walk his way, not ours. Give me 2nd Esdras chapter 7 and verse 21. 2nd Esdras, the book of 2nd Esdras. I'm going to put it up. How much time I got? Okay, I got 2nd Esdras chapter 7 verse 21. Then we're going to go into Deuteronomy 8 and 6. And then the 1 Kings 3 and 14. All right, so first we're going to go in the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 7:22, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, verse 6, and the book of 1 Kings 3:14. You got to say it fast, like my boy off the Watchmen of Israel. Let me get the book of Esdras, chapter this. Let me get the book of Deuteronomy. Yeah. he be throwing them powers out in the air, bro. You gotta say it like that. The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 7:22. Give me the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8. Say, I can't even do it like him. You see, he's all on casting the word of God out in the air. That's the power. You know what I'm saying? Let me get 2nd Esdras, chapter 7. And yep, 22. Here we go. All right, here we go. Let's read it. Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him and imagined vain things. Read on. And deceived themselves by their wicked deeds. What did they do? Read it from the top. Read it from the top. All right. We in 2nd Esdras chapter 7, verse 22, and we're going to read. All right. We're going to read what happened. All right. Nevertheless, they were not obedient. They wasn't keeping the commandments. Read. Unto him. They unto the Father. Okay. Okay. You want me to start at 21. That's good. For Yahweh have given straight commandments to such as came, what they should do to live. That's the point. Okay. See, I just want to get to the point with imagination. You know what I'm saying? But that was good. Straight to the point. Read it again. Verse 21. For Yahweh have given straight commandment to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. That's the main idea right there. That's the point of your life. Going to Ecclesiastes, right? Fear God, keep his commandments. That's the whole duty of men, right? See, Tyree, you see, man, I'm trying to slow it down. I'm not giving all these heavy secrets for the unlearning. You say I'm worse. You've been hanging out to me for too long. See, the unlearned ain't gonna get that. That's why I say I gotta start slow, just wear it in. You know what I'm saying? 21, they ain't gonna understand 21 yet. They don't get 21 yet. All right, that's the whole purpose of detoxity, right? But let's get that detox right here. Watch this. Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him. Read on. Yeah, we're going to keep. You've been hanging out to me for Gino, we all been hanging out with each other, bro. We can't just keep it simple. We gotta go deep, deep, deep. We've been in that hyperbolic time ball chamber, bro. We already feeling like, oh yeah, So we don't want to deal with Krillins. But for these Krillins and Yamchas and TNs, that's too much for them. They're gonna need a sensu being after that, bro. Getting their ass whooped out here and don't know why they getting their ass whooped. Yeah. That's the point. I can see Tyree in the car. That's the point. 21, bro. But 22, watch this. Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him. They wasn't obedient to Yahweh. That goes right back to 21. Read. But spake against them. So they spoke against them. Why? Because they're emotional. That goes right back to the beginning of my lesson. You want to speak for him. You want to think for him. So when things don't go your way, you tend to start saying things that's conjuring up in your head that you shouldn't be saying. Well, God, why did you put me through this? Damn, everything's gonna go. You see, you start singing like a canary, man, through the spirit, man, because he put you through that hell to see if you're gonna be faithful or not, and see what you're gonna really say. So that's like a drunk man drinking liquor, right? And all his feelings and everything that he feels about somebody that he hold in for so too long, the liquor start telling. All right, you start telling. So he put you in a situation to see how you really gonna be. And you sing like a canary. You show your true colors. Read. Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him and imagined vain things. They imagined vain things. They imagined vain things. Read. 23. And deceived, here it go, and deceived themselves. You see that? You see what the mind did to them? Made them feel some type of way to where they conjured up in their mind to make them feel like, oh, this is it. Yeah, we did this. We supposed to be doing that. God gave them a straight commandment. That's what it said. Straight commandment, straight instructions. It was straight way, blunt, in your face, what to do. Step 1A to Z, 1 to 10. All right, straight commandment. But yet they say, nope, we want to do it this way. This should work. Nah, what? It didn't work. I thought, okay, let's go over here. I think it's this way. Just breaking all commandments. Just like the old song by the Ghetto Boys. Yeah, mine's playing tricks on them, man. Hey, yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's why I like that song. Yeah, that's why I like that song. That's my favorite song from the Ghetto Boys. My mind playing tricks on me. Yep. It is indeed. That song have a lot of real truth in it, bro. All right, your mind plays tricks on you every day. So that's what I said. So what's Satan? It looks like you are the Satan. Because every time when he gives you instructions, what's a Satan? Anybody that goes against God's instructions, the will of God, the adversary. If you're going against the laws, what the laws is life, and the law is holy, and that's the real will of God. When say I'm pushing too forward, you see what I'm doing? If that's what the righteous things of God that makes God, who he is, right? And that's the things that you're supposed to be walking in to be a perfect person, right? What's the opposite of that? What's contrary? Satan, right? The Satan is going to go against those things. So if you go against those things, you're an adversary. You hate God. So it's not an angel doing it. What angel y'all getting out of this, man? You do these things. It's you messing up. Okay, ain't nobody else. What you've been around, you've been hearing a lot of stuff from the profane man, and he's tricking you and saying, oh, no, it's an angel that's doing this. He's this. He's the devil, really. He's the main Satan. But you got little Satans that hate God. You got the nations. You got yourself. Yeah, I said it. You got some Israelites that hate God. That's why you get the 2/3. They Satan. They adversaries. Okay? But it is the main Satan. And the main Satan is no angel. All right? That's why I've been trying to tell people. It's the one that conjure up things. Now, there's the spirits behind everything. But they doing their job. They doing their job. They were created for that. So how can they be in trouble? All right? Well, there's going to be angels going to be judged and angels going to be judged. Maybe so. They're going to get judged for doing all those things. But, hey, man, they are being told to do it by a superior being. So how can they get in trouble? That's what I'm saying to people, bro. There's a deeper message to everything, man. All right, let's go, man. Let's read. And deceive themselves by their wicked deeds. They deceive themselves by their wicked deeds. Read. And said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways. So did an angel do that, or did man do that? Last time I checked, he ain't killing no angel. He's killing mankind. He killing men, women, children, and animals. Because you teach an animal to do your ways. So that's not talking about angels. This was during the time of the pre-flood. I read. But his law have they despised and denied his covenants, and his statutes have they not been faithful, and have not performed his works. Alright, that's all I need from that. Okay? So that's what happened in the beginning. That's what happened in the midst. That's what's happened in the latter days. Same thing, different day, just a repeated cycle. That's what's going on. So ain't no angel doing that. That's men. Men has always been the problem. Men. Not men. That's what's going on. Ain't no angel doing that. Just man. Just mankind. Give me Deuteronomy 8 and 6. Deuteronomy 8 and 6, man. Yes, right. Man, you gotta have fun with this, man, because, yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. 8 and 6. So this is what happens all the time with us. In our day-to-day basis, we always want to think for ourselves and not do the things that the Most High tells us in the will of God. So this is why we go off all the time, right? Because we're not doing what he says. All right, here it go. Deuteronomy 8, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, verse 6, and we read, "Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of the Most High, thy power, to walk in his ways and to fear him." All right? That's it. Read that again. Okay? Read it again. "Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of the Most High power, to walk in his ways and to fear him."
We're gonna have to go hunt down the damn mailman. Because I have to save everything for my workers' comp. I was supposed to receive 2 of these, and I received only 1. It says 6 things are supposed to be in my mail. And I've received 5 letters, but I only received 1 of these. And I need the other one. Because I have to hang on to all of them.
He could be doing now.
No, he's like still in the neighborhood,
I
man.
want to go chase him down, man. I'm doing the lesson. That's what I'm saying.
I need my letter.
All right. He gonna probably have to go to the post office and bring it.
They're not there tomorrow. It's closed. It's Sunday. I can't do it Monday. I work. I can't do it Tuesday. I got an appointment.
They get these newbies and they don't know how to do nothing.
I was trying to see if I could see him, but he's not there.
Alright. "Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of the Most High thy power, to walk in his ways and to fear him." And to do what? And to fear him. Alright? Let's get 1 Kings 3 and 14. All right, so we in 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 14, and it reads, "And if thou wilt walk in my ways to keep my statutes and my commandments, as thy father David did walk, then I will lengthen thy days." Then I will lengthen thy days. Yeah. Yes, they can. He's right there. Tell them they can get a call and call them to bring it back. Yes, they can. Call the USPS to tell them the post office man to bring your letter back. Or it's going to the facility. They can stop it right now. I can't chase him. No, I'm not. I'm not going to be going around in circles looking for the damn thing.
You're just doing everything you're doing less now. I understand that, but I
You
know
always,
better.
you always, okay, man, damn. Always feel I don't have enough time. Annoying, dude. Oh. Alright, I'm sorry about that. Alright. Let's get I'm probably gonna have to do this some other time later on today. Let's get I was at 1 Kings 3:14. Let's get 1 Kings 3:14. And if thou wilt walk in my ways to keep my statutes and my commandments, as thy father David did walk, then I will lengthen thy days. So God says if we keep his commandments, he will shorten the days to where he will return. And he will deliver us. But if we continue in this pattern of not doing what he says, then the days is going to be long. It's going to feel long. All right. So the quickest of our nation to start applying these laws, he can shorten the time. And as you can see, you get a remnant of our brothers. The 1/3 of us is going to do that, which for our sake, he's going to start shortening it for our sake. He's not going to do it for the wicked Negroes and Latinos who don't know. I mean, he winked at. It's over. He's done winking. All right. So you're either going to apply, you're going to do it, or you're not. So if you're not, he's going to do it for our sakes. That at least is trying to do it now. All right. The righteous of us, the righteous of the elect. He's not caring about the wicked of the elect. Because they are part of the elect too. They have an opportunity to repent while it's free, while it's here. But a lot of them ain't going to take that opportunity. So God's not dealing with those blacks and Hispanics and indigenous folk. If you don't care and you don't care less and you keep on doing your own filth that God don't give a damn about, then he's going to destroy you in the midst. All right. So that's it on that. So Isaiah 55:8-9 is clear. The Most High Yahweh says his mind or how he thinks is not like us. Alright? And his ways, how he move or behave, is not like us at all, man. Our mannerisms, how we talk, what we do on a day-to-day basis has nothing to do with us. Read. Alright? Most of the time, we try to speak for him or put words in his mouth. All right, that's what the Christian church do. They made Christ like he's in a loony in a asylum home, man. All right, like he's Joker rocking in Gotham, like in the asylum house, man. Crazy, man. Christ is not like crazy, man. Everything that he done. His father told him the same people that he took with a mighty hand out of Egypt is the same people he gave Christ to die for an ultimate sacrifice, to redeem them from their trouble, redeem them from their captivity and oppression, and bring them back so we can get the kingdom. Why you think the disciples said, is it time to restore the government and the kingdom of Israel? That means destroy Rome. But Christ said, man, y'all not ready for that, because then I have to kill all of y'all because y'all not doing what I say, what my father says. So I have to kill people. The killing is going to be many because y'all refuse to keep my commandments and my father's rules, man. I'm here to do my father's job, the job of my daddy. All right. He obeys his father. So your kids need to obey theirs. And the people on this earth walking, I don't give a damn if you're 50, 60, 70, or 80 years old. You are here to learn. You are here on this earth to do what God tell you to do. No ands and ifs. So if you go into Christianity, you're not getting the proper understanding of how God operates. Period. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. Read. Okay, so we must change and detox the corruption of our heart, which is your mind. Let's prove it. All right, so your heart of your mind is in Jeremiah 17:9. Let's get that. Jeremiah 17:9. I'm sorry, my wife is trying to get her check in the mail guy, and he I don't know if he forgot to in his bag or what. So that's what's going on. The mail guy didn't give her letter, I don't think her check either. All right, so Jeremiah 17:9. All right, that's where we're gonna go now. And she was gonna have. So basically, she had to call the USPS post office so she can get that letter back. But there's nothing I can do about that. So, I mean, I can't chase him down. We talked to him, we called him, but he didn't have the letter, so she's gonna have to contact the post office. And you get these wicked Edomites and on the field. They shouldn't be on the field. If you don't know what to do on the field, you shouldn't be walking in the field giving wrong mail to people and stuff like that, because you don't know what you're doing. All right. So we in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 9. Here we go. The heart is deceitful above all things. Read that again. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? All right, read 10. I, the Most High, searched the heart. I tried the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doing. So basically, he's allowing us to make those choices. Choose this day. You're going to serve me, keep my commandments, and fear me, and do what I say, and hearken to me, and serve me. Or you're going to go into the vain things of this life and do the things of this life that go contrary to me. All right? That's your choice. Choose life, choose death. Blessing, cursing. That's it. That's your free will. That's the free will. God laid it out on the line for you. All right? So he said, I searched the minds, the hearts, right? Read it again. I, YAHAWAH, searched the heart. I searched your mind. I read your thoughts. I'm deep in your mind, sorting things, trying to figure you out. Read. I tried the reins. I tried the reins. All right? I'm going deep in your mind. Read. Even to give every man, man, woman, child, read, according to his ways, according to your ways. Read on. And according to the fruit of his doings. What was the fruit that Eve ate? According to the fruit of his doings. According to the fruit of his doings. Meaning the things that you do is your fruit. The things that you was taught and learned is the fruit. You didn't learn those fruits from the Most High. You learned the fruits of that from the other people, of the other nations, of the heathens. Same thing, different day. That's what happened in the beginning. Eve was over there to those other nations messing around with that fruit. That was the fruit that she was messing around with. She wasn't listening to the fruits of Adam, because the fruits of Adam was the fruits that Christ was teaching them to do, which was these laws, statutes, and commandments. All right. So Eve would partake in the fruit of the other nations in idolatry and sin. That's the fruit that she partake. And that's what the other nations had. Okay. With the serpent. Serpent being the wicked nation. So she was over there listening to them, while Adam was doing the fruits of Christ. All right. So you got to put this in perspective. This is not no fairy tale here. Okay. The white man made everything all loony and fairy tale because he's a fairy tale and loony. The Bible speaks plain. So if you not understand the precepts and understand the symbols and the metaphors and the punchlines and the double entendres, I rap, so it's easy for me. Okay. So it's not easy for too many people. Okay. I can break down scriptures like I can break down bars. I'm a barsmith. So God is a barsmith. He's the ultimate barsmith. All right. The reason why we know how to do it is because God does it. He's speaking to the people that rap. Okay. We dominate these things. So this is nothing but double entendres. You have this word, and it's meanings and examples of this one thing. Many examples. Okay, if you didn't get that line, I got another line for you. I got another entendre for you. If you didn't get that example, there's another entendre. Okay, that's how it works, man. That's like rapping. I can be saying this thing, but I have a double entendre that goes along with this thing. Same identical thing. That's how the Bible is. So, you read it again. I, the Most High, search the heart, search the mind, read. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways, read. According to the fruit of his doing. All right. So the heart is deceitful. Your mind's playing tricks on you, just like what Tyree said. Your mind is playing tricks. All right. On you. Okay. So let's get that. So now, explanation. No man on earth know how the mind works. God calls your mind, your brain, the heart. Because if you think about it, your brain is. So your brain is the heart of your whole entire body. Your spiritual body, your physical body. It controls both. This is why that's why the main thing is to detox all that sin, all the filth, all the imagination out from your mind. Because if we be in a discussion, like brothers can sit on the corner, they can be talking about sports, they can be talking about hip hop, and a fine chick with a big butt walks around, they're going to stop the conversation and pay attention to her. That's your mind. Your mind did that. All right. Your mind did that. All right. Now you conjured up imaginations of what you're going to do to this bride in your head way before you actually physically do it. So that's what the Bible is saying. The mind trick you, man. It puts you in and then God puts you in a situation to see if you're going to play out those imagination thoughts. Yeah, like I said, he's a troll. I would do it too. Let me see if he's really about business. Is he gonna check himself? Is he gonna walk away? Is he gonna tell that sister put on some clothes? Is he gonna just be a real man, or he's gonna go along with the flow and be weak? That's his decision. Read. All right. This is why you need to renew your mind daily. That's right. Meditate therein, and we're gonna get that in a few minutes. Let me see what I got. Where did I put it? Romans 12:2. All right, I'm going to go there. Romans 12:2. Romans chapter 12, verse 2. I like that. All right. And I got Mark 7:21 and 23 next. Romans 12:2. Okay, I'm there. All right, Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world. Now I already got this too. That's what's up. So I read in the spirit. And be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Yeah, I got that. That was going to be my conclusion. Tyree's in the spirit, man. I like that, bro. Romans 12:2. Yep. Yep. Tyree, man, I'll pull out this real quick, man. Yeah, I should have used that for the introduction, but I saved it for the conclusion. Woo! Read that again. That's a great precept. That's for my conclusion, but that's okay. It's a part of this lesson throughout the whole entire lesson. Let's read it. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed. Be ye transformed. Read. By the renewing of your mind. By the renewing of your mind. All right. So you got to transform your mind. You got to change it, man. You got to get all that filth out your head, man. All right. Give me now Mark chapter 7. Man, that was a great precept. All right. I like that. It was one of my conclusions, but that's all right. That's the whole topic throughout this whole entire lesson. All right. So that's going to be the thing. I'm going to still close it with that. Romans 12:2. Man, I already had that at the end. That's perfect, bro. That's perfect, man. He's in the spirit, bro. That's what I'm talking about. I like that. Yeah, let's get Mark. Mark chapter 7. Chapter 7, 21 through 23. All right. KJV. Yep. All right. Let's get Mark chapter 7. The book of Mark. Book of Mark chapter 7, verse 21 and 23. All right, here we go. Let's get it. This is the book of Mark chapter 7, verse 21 through 23, and it reads, For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts. All right, what did it say? Now, Mark is defining the heart and what your heart really is. So that goes right back to Zondervan. It's your intellect. It's your mind. It's how you think, right? It's your thoughts, right? That's what the heart really is. Now, you want to go into the will. We got that. We're going to show you what the will is. But that's what you need to do to detox the heart. Okay? There's laws, statutes, and commandments that you must be applying to train your mind on the laws so you can do the will of God, which is the law, which is his understanding of what you need to do. Those are the things that he wants you to do, you and I. All right? So let's read 21. For from the within, out of the heart of man, from within, out of the heart of man, your mind, read, proceed evil thoughts. What did the Bible say? Proceed evil thoughts. All in your mind, all in your head, in your imaginations, in your thoughts. Proceed evil thoughts. Bring it out. Adulterers, read. Fornications, murderers, read. Thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye. That's why brothers look at a brother, man, I'm going to beat him up, I'm going to do this to him, and all that. Evil eye. Sister, man, why she's wearing that dress? I'm more beautiful than her. She need to take that dress off. Just straight up hatred, man. Evil. Read. Blasphemy. Blasphemy is like lies, little lies, white lies. There ain't no white lie. It's a lie. Huh? Read. Pride. And that's the big thing. You're arrogant. Your prideness. Your pride won't allow you to deal with yourself on things that you need to stop doing. well, I've been doing this for 50 years and nothing is wrong with me. So you're going to keep on smoking cigarettes just because you've been doing it all your life? Who give a damn? You're going to die. Or I've been banging these women for a long time, player. I've been doing it. Man, so who cares? You're going to fuck around and get HIV, syphilis, gonorrhea, blue waffle. Keep playing with the Lord. All right? That's him trying to see if you're going to be obedient. But if you're not going to be obedient, he's going to let you do it until it falls for your destruction, man. He's not going to, look, he ain't like everybody else. He tells you, he puts you in situations to show you what you need to do. You don't listen, you keep doing what you want to do. He lets you do what you want to do until you destroy yourself off this earth. That's your fault. That's nobody's fault. That's not your mama's fault. That's not your daddy's fault. That's not your brother and sister's fault. That's not your ex fault. That's not your wife's fault. That's not your husband, your boyfriend, or it shouldn't be. All right? That's nobody's fault but your damn self. All right? You doing it. Nobody else. Read. Foolishness. A lot of our people are foolish, man. Y'all love the things that's being the fool, man, than doing the things that's right. Read. 23. All these evil things come from within and defile the man. So you see that? All these things come from a man, woman, child, and it defiles that person. So who's the Satan? Who's doing it all? You. I know that's a hard pill for anybody to swallow, to acknowledge that you are the one that's doing this. You the cause of setting it right, and you are the cause of leading it to destruction. That's what happened. You the cause of it. All right. Okay. Is that a precept? Proverbs 12 and 15. Let me get a precept to that. Let me see if that's right before I put it out in the air. I want to make sure it's right. I probably checked it before and it wasn't. That's not it. All right. So let's get Isaiah 1 and 5. Okay, so all these filthiness is in your mind, right? It's filth, right? So this goes right back to Isaiah 55, 8 and 9. My thoughts is not your thoughts. Why? Because my thoughts is pure. My thoughts is clean. I'm trying to show you the clean and pure thoughts of me. But you constantly keep doing the filthy things. Your mind is sick. You got a sick ass mind. Alright? And God is letting you know your mind is filthy. Every day you don't think about the things of the Lord. A lot of our brothers and sisters is not even trying to stay their ass and sit their ass down on the Sabbath. Okay? You too busy trying to be out and about. God said no. So he's sitting his ass down on the Sabbath. Why can't you? All right. So your mind is on other dumbass stuff. It's not of the Lord. So he says, stop thinking for me. Stop speaking for me. Stop talking. Period. I don't want to hear you talk. I don't want to hear you think about anything, because your thoughts has nothing to do with me. Until you get on my program, then we can have a discussion. But if you're not on this program, you can just shut the hell up. That's what God is saying to us. All right. Until you do what the hell I require you to do, then I listen. I bless you. I'll be there for you. But if you don't do what I say, you can sit there, look like whatever you want to look like, and just think about what you need to do. All right. Because I'm not moving. I'm not budging. All right. I'm not speaking to you. All right. I'll move to the next one that's going to do what I say. That's God, man. You gotta have to let that shit go, man. The reason why you fail in everything is because you don't have that understanding, man. Your life is not your life. Your life is given to you and granted to you by the Lord, man. He can take you out anytime. So if you're not doing what he says, you're going to be easily exempt from this world, from this life. You can have a fruitful life, an abundant life, if you shut up and do what he says. And that's as nice as going to come out, man. People don't want to hear that because they too busy want to do what they want to do. So if you want to do what you want to do, you separate from the ones that don't want to do what you do. I tell everybody all the time, I'm done doing what you want to do. I'm doing what he told me to do. I'm going to try to do that. The key word is I'm going to apply and try to do it. As long as I'm trying to do it, it doesn't even matter what you're trying to do, because you don't want to do it at all. So who are you to say what the other person is trying to do when you're not in the mood to doing it at all? You don't even have a say so. So that's what God would stop dealing with the person that don't want to do it at all to help the one that is at least trying. Whether it's a male, female, or child, it doesn't matter. He's going to always help the one that tries. Because you left this world. Now you're thinking on God's level. Now you're thinking on what he wants you to do. So everything on this world doesn't matter at that point. Okay? Because you're trying to do what he wants you to do. So it's going to be a separation. It's going to piss your wife off. It's going to piss your husband off if he's in this world. It's going to piss your kids off. I thought you said you're going to take me to get my shoes and this and this and this. No, I didn't. You're going to wait until the Sabbath is over. Period. All right? You are not important when it comes to God. All right? When God says, this is what I want you to do, I want you to rest on the Sabbath day. No buying, selling, cooking, doing nothing, no work. He means that because he's not doing nothing. So if he has kids not doing what he says, it's going to piss him off, like a father should. I'm going to be mad if my kids don't listen to me. I'm going to be mad if my woman don't listen to me. I'm going to be mad if nobody that claim that love me, if they don't do what I say, I'm going to be mad at them. So God is mad at us when we don't do what he says. That's a man, dude. A man is more connected to God because we think the same way. The woman don't have that understanding. She has to be taught to understand that. Kids don't have that understanding. They weak vessels. They don't care about that. They care about what they can get, what they need, what they want. They don't think about this higher level like that. A man do. All right. So that's the difference. All right. So give me Isaiah 1:5 to prove that, our minds is not cooped up to where it's supposed to be. You got a sick ass mind, man. All right. Isaiah 5:1. Okay. Let's read that. The book of Isaiah, chapter 5, verse 1. I'm going to post it up. All right, Isaiah 5:1. Now, is this Isaiah chapter 5:1? Yeah. Is it 1 through 5? I think it was 1 through. Yeah, my fault. 1 through 5, my fault. Salakia, that's my fault. Isaiah 1 through 5. That's my fault. Salakia. All right, let's go. Isaiah 1 through 5. Here we go. That's it. That's the one I'm looking for. Why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart fainted. What did he say? Read it again. Why should ye be stricken anymore? Why should you be stricken anymore? Read. Ye will revolt more and more. You're going to revolt. Revolt means you're going to always rebel. You're going to keep rebelling against, you fighting against what I tell you to do each and every day. You're trying to fight to do whatever the hell you want to do then do with the things that I require you to do. So you fighting, that's a fight within yourself. That has nothing to do with an angel. That has nothing to do with your mama. That has nothing to do with your kids. That has nothing to do with your wife. That has nothing to do with your dumb husband. That has nothing to do with nobody, your boss. All right? That has everything to do with your inner self. There's things that God requires you to do that you are fighting against it. So you do what the hell you want to do. That's what revolt means. You are battling. You are rebelling. You are going against it. So what that makes you? What's the definition of Satan? Adversary. That makes you an adversary to God when you do that. You're an adversary. So now this is why you get paranormal activities, biting you, chunking you across the room, right? Putting sickness and diseases on you. That's the spirit. God's sending those things on you because you don't want to do what God wants you to do. Your health is declining slowly, right? Because you are revolting. Revolt means to rebel, to go against. You are going against the things that God tells you to do to please you yourself, to make yourself happy against God. What you got going on in your life, the things that you think and the things you thought how it is not how it is. So get it out your ass. It's not, it's nothing of the Lord. So until you stop and do look at Isaiah 55, 8 through 9 and understand what God says to you about that, your life would be better. Then everything would come. Then now you have to apply the things that he wants you to apply. Means the commandments. And that's the second lesson. All right. To break it down. I mean, this is a simple lesson, but hey, man, this is the beginning first step to know what you must do. First, you got to start. Okay, Lord, I need to stop doing this, do what I'm doing, and do what you tell me to do, Lord. It's called being humble. So that I have to pull you down a notch. You ain't going to understand the deep teachings because you don't understand this. This is the first step to understanding, to being a child of the Lord, to being the understanding of an Israelite, of a princess or a king or a god. So this is the first step. It's to bring you down low from all the things that you thought of God. All the things that the world say about God. All the things that theologians and these dumbass pastors say. What the white men thought. What your mama thought. What your grandma thought. All that, it don't matter. Because God said, if you're not doing, my thoughts is not your thoughts. My ways is not your ways. Though heaven is higher than the earth, so is my ways and so is my thoughts. So that means you're going to have to start thinking like God. You're going to have to stop what you got going on in your life and start listening to what he wants you to do with his life. Your life is not important. All right? His life, for what he wants you to do to have a better life, is way more important. Because you got things better. He sees the ins and outs. He knows if you do it, he's going to have a bright future. If you don't do it, I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to kill you. And it is what it is. That's your future. That's your life. Read. Why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more. You're going to keep on battling and fighting for doing what's right. You're going to always do that. You're going to plead. You're going to do the things that please your flesh, that make you feel good, that make you, oh man, that's how it really is. That's what God said. No, it's not. That's not what God said, idiot. Well, God loves everybody, don't he? Yeah, I think he loves everybody. I think. It's not what you think. It's what God said. Did he say he loved everybody? I thought he hate one nation of people. You see that? So now you battling. But it was said that God loves the whole world. We didn't say that God said he loved the whole world. Last time I checked, he flooded the whole world when nobody was doing his. We just read that. People was talking evil against him. People wanted to do their own thing and God said, fuck it, it's up. I'm killing everybody. All right. That's what God said. All right. He's not you. He don't think like you. All right. So get it out your asshole, man. Excuse my French. It's time that our people stop this fairy tale love. It's a fairy tale. All your love that you think is love is not real love. It's fairy tale. You love your car. You love your money. You love your job. You love that woman with the big butt. You love everything. But God said, man, stop that fairy tale love. My love is instruction. You do what I say, then you love me. All right? You don't do what I say, you my enemy. I don't like you. That's what God said. And I'm on that time. That's how I feel too. And nobody don't feel like that, you an enemy. All right? It is what it is. Because a lot of people that you think you love, that love you, is going to betray you. Whether it be your wife, whether it be your kids, whether it be your husband, whether it be your homeboy, your homegirl, right? Your boss that you want to kiss ass to every day. He's going to set you up. He's going to betray you. And that's not love. He said he's on your side. They say they love you. And then they're going to throw you under the bus. So you mentally got to prepare for that. So if your friends is not doing it, your friends should be the ones that's on this time. Those are your friends. Because they're on the same pattern as you. They're moving just like you. If they not moving like you, they're not your friends. All right? That's number one key step in life. You are taught that in the world. Watch out for friends. Everybody's not all family members is family members. They would say that because they like to take advantage of them to get to the top. But that's a true statement. If they not on the same motivation as you and they not moving in the same way as you, right? Then they not your friends. Because the first thing they're going to do is pull you away from your goal. Pull you away from getting to that point in your life. Right? So, in this truth, while you in the truth, you're going to see a lot. As soon as you get in the truth, talking to the newbies, when you start getting away from Christianity, when you start separating yourself from pagan holidays, hanging out with people that's doing pagan rituals and filth, when you start separating and doing this for real, then you're gonna hear a lot of slander and bite and gnashing of teeth and backbiting. Right? A lot of people gonna be talking crap behind you. People gonna be slandering you, calling you names. Oh, I remember you used to do this, and how can you be holy? You're not holy because they not doing nothing holy. Don't let them trip you up. All right. The key word is I used to do it. So when you tell their asses that I used to do those things, it's eating them up because they still doing childish shit and you separated from childish shit. So they are children. You laugh at that. Yeah, and you can start mocking them. I mock them because that's what's going to happen in the end. They mocking us, so mock them back. All right? You got to stand on righteousness. You got to be a warrior in this thing. And how you going to do that if you don't punch back? They can't keep punching you and you like, well, it's all right, brother. Nah, punch their asses back with the word. They still on dumbness while you progress. All right? They like, man, damn, you, man, how you get to this point, man? And they still in their mama's house. They still living with somebody. They still trying to get a job and get a steady job. You already have a steady one, right? They in an apartment spending all their money. You spend money, you give money to the white man too. But hey, you in the house. You got stability. All right? You are growing. They declining. They stuck in the same boat. They stuck in the same area. You moving on. All right? That's spiritual growth. That's real spiritual growth. When you set goals, you separate yourself from everybody else. You start applying and doing what God tell you to do. Then you're going to see the blessings come. You're going to see God work in your life. But if you always hanging out with weaklings, Krillins, Yamsa, TMs, right? Cringer. Oh, man, I don't think it's a good idea to do that. You hanging out with wicked people like that just want to be a downer. on everything because they don't have faith. They gonna pull you down and you gonna be thinking like them, oh yeah, you're right. I don't think this is a good idea. And then you gone. You out of there, Jack. Alright, read this. Why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart fainted. Your whole heart is dead. Your mind is burnt. You might as well be a spiritual vegetable. That's basically what's going on. I see people walking around of my nation, spiritual vegetables. You dead spiritually. You walking around just. Some of y'all look dazed, man. You don't know what. Some of our people are just. You all upbeat. You know, they don't understand. Man, damn, man. He's at this job. He's so happy-go-lucky. I hate being here. You know why? Because you hate everything. You here, man. You look, man. You got to shine through these curses. You gotta be the light. How you be the light? You see that? That's another lesson. I'm not gonna get into that. All right. But you gotta be a light to people that's acting like what's his name? From Winnie the Pooh. Hey Winnie the Pooh, how you doing? Right? What's that guy off of what's that creature off of Sesame Street? Hey bird, how you doing? That's how you niggas and spicks act, man. All down and all gloomy, man. But put some pep in your step, bro. Feel happy about the Lord. Feel happy about the day that you got another chance to redeem yourself in the eyes of the Most High, man. Put some pep in your step, man. Yeah, I had a bad day. I had last week was not that good, but I know it's gonna be good because the Most High got me, and as long as I do what God tells me to do, everything's gonna be set. That's the mindset you gotta have out in this world. But then to get those people, hey, how you doing? How you doing, brother? It's just I hate those niggas, man. You come up, no offense, I love them, but I hate that type of spirit, man. You say, what's up, brother? How you doing? Another day, another dollar. I don't want to be here. Man, shut the hell up, man. You putting a dark cloud over me, man. You messing up my step, man. You messing up my steps. Nah, brother, it's gonna be all right, man. You gotta apply God's laws and keep God's laws and have faith in your life, man. None of this stuff that the white man is doing to us and what you working at your job is gonna hurt you, man. If you do what God tell you to do, yes, instructions in your life, reproof and instructions. It's a way of life, man. So people telling you what to do, man, that's a way of life. God's gonna tell your ass what to do. That's why He created these people over you. There's big kahunas in this thing. Levels, man. There's gods walking, man. So if you want to be a god and you want to be a leader and you want to rule, you got to follow instructions so you can overshine them so you can get in that position. So you can teach them and pull them down spiritually. God will remove these wicked people out your life and put you on top over them if you do what He says. He'll start pulling them down. Pulling all the kings and the leaders and people that's managers and supervisors down to put you in their position because He knows that you can lead. All right? When you follow instructions, that's what you do, man. You got to fight them with your mind and spirit. That's it. Your mind is sick. It goes right back to Mark chapter 7, 21 through 23, right? For the hearts of men for the hearts of man is sickness, man. What's up, Dre? How you doing, brother? So we got to remove all that filth out our head and start applying God's laws. Give me 2 Corinthians 10, 4, and 5. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, 4 and 5. Yep. 4 through 5. All right, let's get that. So what's the heart? I don't want to hear nobody say it's a feeling thing. It's a feeling. It's a good tingling feeling inside. It's a cozy feeling. Your heart has nothing to do with that. Your heart pumps blood, your actual heart. But your heart has nothing to do with what you feel or the will of God. The will of God, we're going to get that in a minute. All right? The will has nothing to do with the heart. Your heart has nothing to do with your feelings. Your heart of the whole body and your spirit is up here. It's your mind. Your mind. We've been proving it. It's your thoughts. It's your intellect. It's how you think. Right? It's up here. Your thoughts. Your heart pumps blood. So that's not talking about what it is. It's your mind. What's an imagination? How do you imaginate things? In your head, in your mind. So your heart is your mind. It has nothing to do with anything else. It's not your feelings, and it's not the will of God. I'm going to show you what the will of God is. Okay? But your feelings has nothing to do with up here. You deceived yourself with your feelings. You trying to put your feelings with the heart, but your heart is tricking you to make you feel that way because you can't do what the hell you want to do, because you know the things that you want to do goes against God. So you read that 1 through 5 again. You're going to revolt more and more. To revolt means to rebel or go against. You're going to constantly keep struggling within yourself because you're battling your flesh and what God says. That's what you battle every day. So you are the Satan. You are being an adversary to God. God gave you strict commandments. Nope, don't be an adulterer. But man, can I get one little poke, just one little stroke, God? No. Can I go to a strip club and throw run ones on that big booty and watch it jiggle like Jello? No. If you got you a wife, man, you can do whatever the hell you want, man. All right? God said the bed is undefiled if you have a wife, man. One wife. You can do all those fantasies and imagination with your woman, man. If you want to throw ones on your woman's butt and behind closed doors, she's married to you. You can do whatever the hell you want with your wife. But with anybody else, nah, can't do it. I'm going to give you syphilis and HIV. All right, keep playing with me. That's God, dude. He's a man of war, man. He's a holy man, dude. All right? He's making you be right. So if you want to do your own thing and conjure all that stuff in your head, then power to you, brother. You're going to have a hell wood awakening. All right? That's all I got to say about that. All right, let's get 2 Corinthians. So y'all playing with God, bro. God is not playing with you, okay? That's the point, all right? You can get all that filth out your head. It's over with. It's time to come back to the Most High. If you Black, Hispanic, and Native American descent, and because your ancestors was doing this. When they did this, everything worked out for them. But when they left it, that's when hell came to them. Nations started taking things from them. They started getting conquered. They started being destroyed. That's what you see throughout the whole Bible with Israel. So that should give you identification in Bible history and history itself, in modern day history which you live, who you are. It's identification. It's letting you know, yeah, you are these people. You want to be on the winning side, but you're not on the winning side. You're not going to be on the winning side until you get right. That's the point. When the team is getting their ass whooped, you got to train. You got to discipline yourself. That's how you're going to win. You got to practice every day for that game. All right? If you want to win, you got to put in work. Okay? You can't have faith that you're going to win the ground. That's the prep rally. They give you faith. It boosts your testosterone. Man, we're going to whoop their ass in the game. But you too distracted by the cheerleaders with their pom-poms, their cuteness, their thick thighs, and you getting all loose, right? She whispering in your ear, you're going to win the game. And you're going to lose the game because you didn't train. That's like what happened to Mike Tyson. He got all these honeys. Yo, you the man of the year. You got to get, look at this money. Look at this alcohol. Look at these drugs. Tyson didn't even train. And when Buster Douglas came in and knocked his ass out, that was a wrap. All right? So, yeah, people can deceive you and make you think you're going to win. But there's always that person that's going to knock your ass out. And God's going to send people to knock your ass out. Because you didn't apply yourself. You didn't train. Okay? So that's what I'm telling you. All right? That's been happening in our lives. You think you got it. Yeah, that's it. That's right. And it's not right. Because that goes right back. I'm going to get that too. That's why I like that scripture. That Deuteronomy 28, verse 28 and 29. You grope. Groping means you mentally are searching for a word. For a word and for a word. That's what you're doing. You mentally, a word and answers. That's what it is. You mentally searching for a word and an answer when you groping. So when you look at brothers and sisters of his black, Hispanic, and our Aboriginal or our original people that was over here, that are Israelites, the children of Jacob, when you see our people, that's how we act. We think everything that we do, you think it's right. But then when you find out it's not it, then you want to get mad at yourself because you devote yourself. You gave all your time, your energy. You start worshiping that thing. Because remember, everything that you do outside that's not of God, you worship. You put in work, you put in devotion, you put in time, you put in effort. That's what you're supposed to be doing with the Most High. But you did it for this side. Oh man, I'm gonna get this job. I'm gonna get this money. I'm gonna get a bag. Then you didn't get that shit. They toying with you. They taking you around a circle. Then you feeling all bad. Man, dude, it didn't happen the way I. Yeah, because you put all that effort into that and not meditating and praying and seeking the Lord in that situation. You didn't put the Lord first, so you moved. You jumped the gun. And now you got to take the L for it. All right, give me 2 Corinthians 10, 4 and 5. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to pulling down of strongholds. Verse 5. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of Yahweh, and bring it into captivity, every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shai. You see that? That's what we're here to do. Everything that you conjured up in your thoughts that you think is it. Oh, my mama said this. My pastor said this. My grandmama said this. This said this. The white man said this. Scientists said this. Kemet said that. We don't give a damn about that, man. That has nothing to do with the Most High, dude. You refuse to keep one little thing. Verse 5 is Isaiah 2, verse 11. Bet. We're going to get that. But you refuse to just stop, fear God, and keep his commandments. That's the things that the black man and Hispanic and indigenous man haven't done. Man, woman, and child. You refuse to be obedient to the Lord. You trying to run away from God, and God said, nope, nigga, I'm still right here. You still haven't done what I said. So here you go. Send the police officer, kill him. All right, he want to sell dope and be an idiot, kill him. She want to be a hoe and a slut and keep bouncing that ass and stuff. Man, get a man to beat her ass. She's wicked anyway. All right, get a man to beat her ass and don't take care of her kids. All right, God is doing it. And then you want to get mad about it. What you get mad for? He told you what would happen. That's hell. What did he say? It won't be no prostitutes from the daughters of Zion. So if these women want to prostitute and be hoes, man. Hoes ain't treated nice. Virtuous women is treated right. All right. Let's get it. Let's read it again. For the weapons of warfare are not carnal. So the weapons of warfare, we see war happening right now. Behind the scenes has nothing to do with what these men. God is placing them in this position to destroy them. That's what's happening behind the scenes. There's spirits that God uses, whether it be good or evil, whether it be on the right hand side or the left. He used those spirits to make these men fall. So they're not doing bad things. So you think the demons is doing something bad? No, they're not bad. They are used to put them, to kill them. He got, look. They want to be evil and wicked. That's them. The white man want to be wicked. That's them doing that. So God got angels that's wicked that's going to check their ass. That's what's happening. You want to be a demon on earth? I got demons that can straighten your dumb ass up. That's God. He's a man of war. Respect it. Put some respect on the Lord's name. He's doing that. You want to be a Debo on earth? I got bigger Debos that can check your ass. Bet that thing. Alright? You think you big and bad until that shadowy figure come down here and check you. Alright? I got those things that can check you. And they itching to do it. They ready for it. Cause they don't like your ass anyway. Alright? So they ready to come down here and check you. And I sick them on. That's God. That's the Lord that you dealing with. You act like that, man. He ain't giving me my money. Go handle up, man. Go get my money. You been trapping in the trap house. You know how that sound. Go get my money, man. Bring it to me. Bring him to me. We gonna fix it right now. That's what y'all did in the hood, right? So God's saying the same damn thing to you little niggas. All right, you want to be a gangster? Who's a bigger gangster? All right. Yo, Angel, go check that shit for me. He ain't gonna sell dope no more because he ain't gonna be here no more. Bring him up to me. Let me talk to him face to face. And I'll send his dumb ass down to another vessel. Bring his ass up here. That's the Most High. Deal with it or don't deal. All right? Read. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. We do not war after the flesh. Read. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Everything is orchestrated and strategic planned by the Most High. He sets everything up. He sets you up. He put you in those situations to see whether you're going to fail or prevail. That's your choice. You want to talk like you know me? You want to talk like you for me? We're going to see, nigga. I'm going to put you in the worst situation to see if you're going to fail. And see, you start singing like a canary. Are you on my side for real or you not? When I start stripping everything down until you look like a bum, struggling, don't have nothing, losing a job, all this stuff, are you going to be faithful to me still? Or you going to be singing like a canary? Man, fuck you. Man, I could have did this, God. Ah. Are you going to be doing that? Or you going to just say, man, everything will be all right. It is what it is. What did I do wrong, Lord? It got to be something I did. All right? Are you going to be like that? Or are you going to be like, flipping tables off, want to go in the back, get you a gun and be like Mel Gibson or Lethal Weapon and put it in your mouth? Are you going to be that way? Or are you going to just straighten up and say, man, yeah, I guess I take that on the chin. I guess I take it, Lord. I got to take it, Lord, man. I got to take it. Yeah, we having hard times right now, but everything be all right. I just got to pray. Of course, you're going to be mad because, you know, you work hard, you lose it all. And of course, you're going to cuss. You're going to get mad at yourself. Man, I did everything right. Woo, 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 woo. But I guess it's not right. All right. Now I got to take it up. I got to take the L. You got to take the L, man. God's putting you in that situation because he knows you faithful. For some, you faithful. For some, you not. How you doing, John Thor? How you doing, Gino? How you doing, Mighty King? Happy Shabbat. Shalom, brother. So that's what's going on with this, man. Read. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. For the weapons of our warfare is not carnal, man. Read. But mighty through God. But what? Mighty through God. Mighty through Yahweh, man. Read. To the pulling down of strongholds. So pulling down on every false imagination that you have in your mind. The things that you thought, the things that you think, how you felt, what my grandma said, Big Mama, she was right all the time. No, the heifer was wrong. Alright? She wasn't right. She couldn't even fix her life. Alright? She was wrong. What my mama thought, well, your mama learned from Big Mama. She's wrong too. Alright? What my daddy did, some of your daddies wasn't there. I was fortunate, but it is what it is. You find men that's going to teach you right, that's going to straighten your butt up, that's going to teach you and treat you like a man. Alright? Quit making excuses, man. Quit making excuses. Things are happening because the wickedness of your daddies and mamas. Have you thought about that? No, but the Bible teaches you that. The reason why you cursing going through hell is because definitely good food to wake up. Yeah, exactly. Yep, this is food. This is milk, actually, but it can be meat. Me and Tyree was saying that. Tyree jumping the gun. Tyree is slicing with me up here, man. I'm like, wait. We gotta tone it down a little bit. We gotta slow it down, bro. He went in the scripture. It was my conclusion. He went in a conclusion. I'm like, oh yeah, that's it right there. Was it Romans 2 and what was it? Romans 12. I think it was Romans 12 and 2. See, that was my conclusion. But yeah, man, the mom, everybody was wrong, man. Your pastor, Pork Chop Eating Brown, right? He was wrong too. Mama all up in the church because she likes Pork Chop Eating Brown. Want to make him a sweet potato pie, a big ass plate, knock on his door. Where's your husband, woman? Where's your Lord? What are you doing at the pastor's house? You see that, man? Then he's winking at you. He's talking with his hands and his feet, man, in the church, man. He haven't broken out no scripture, right? Not one. He's just too busy trying to be a pimp in the hoe house. That's why I call the church the Crackianity Church. It's a hoe house, man. All right? He's not teaching y'all nothing. Read. Casting down in imaginations. What? Casting it down in imagination. So there you go. That's your thoughts. That's your mind. All the imaginations that conjure up here, we got to cast it down. Well, the sons of God was fallen angels. You sure about that? You heard that so many times from theologians, from the white guy, from Pork Chop Eating Pastor Brown, from your... You really think it's that? Or was they sons of God that became Israelites? Oh, I never thought about that. Oh. But I don't know if that's right. I don't know if that's true. But, because you're revolting. There's that revolt. You battling with yourself. All right? You don't want to check the Bible and read from precept upon precept. But how will you know that it's true if you're not doing the laws? If you're not cleaning this up here? Right? Read. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against what? The knowledge of God. So what's the knowledge of God? That's the laws, man. And bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of, you gotta put chains on those wicked thoughts in your head. You gotta chain it up. You gotta throw it in the trash, my friend. And then start all over again with a fresh new thing. Alright? So that's what we're gonna do. Now the detox. That's what you do to detox it. Let's get it, man. Give me Sirach 30. Give me the book of Sirach 39, verse 1. Sirach 39, verse 1. All right. Right, here we go. 39 verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law. What did it just say? Read that again. But he that giveth his mind to the law. One more time. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied, in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancients. So bump your grandmother, bump your granddad, bump your parents, bump your pastors, bump the scientists, bump every ancient man that you thought was right, woman, it doesn't matter, the elders, bump them. Because if they did right, would you be in the right path? You wouldn't be selling dope if your parents was right. You wouldn't be selling dope if your grandpa was right. Now, sometimes they did teach us not to do those things, not to be in gangbang. They did. I had good parents. I still got involved into that. All right. Some things is your choice. You did it to yourself. And then when things don't go right, you gotta take the L because you put yourself in that. You had good upbringing. You chose to be led, bamboozled, and you went into that. All right. It is what it is. That's you. Hold yourself accountable for it. I always hold myself accountable for things. All right. If I'm doing that stuff, it's because I wanted to find that out and do it. All right. I want to learn. All right. If it's not right, it's not right. That's why I didn't move the way that they moved. All right. Because that was my decision. All right. Oh, you're going to go over here? Nah, I'll beat your ass. I'm not going over there. No, leave me alone. I'm my own man. You got hands? Figure it out. Come over here. Check me then. We're going to see. I always been that way. No man, nobody is going to tell me what to do but the Lord. I fear him. All right. So these are the things that I moved in my life because that's how I was moving. Nobody's going to lead me to do it. I wanted to learn for myself. If it wasn't right, that's why I separated. All right. Easy thing. Easy peasy. Read. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecy. So the key part is give his mind to the what? Law. That's how you detox. See, I brought it back in full circle. To cleanse your mind, to detox it all, is keeping the commandments of God. The same stuff that no, we can't keep no law. How are we going to keep the law? I can't do that. Where did that go back into? Huh? You are revolting against God. Huh? To revolt means to rebel. So you revolt between yourself on things that you want to do against the things that you must do. All right? That's a battle within yourself. Nobody is doing it. No angel is doing it. Your mama didn't do it. Your daddy didn't do it. Your sister and brother didn't do it. Your kids didn't do it. The boss, the white man ain't doing crap. He's in the same boat. Nobody, and even worse, he ain't doing nothing to you. That's between you, you and him. All right? So who's the Satan? Anybody that goes against the will of God, anybody that goes against the laws of God and the instructions of God, because that is holy, that's righteous, to be profane, is Satan. The law is not grievous. 1 John 5:3. Exactly. The law is not grievous. But that's how you detox the filthiness of your mind. That's the will. So Donovan said the will was the heart. He's wrong too. You see that? He just cut his ass. I just cut him. All right. Zondervan, the heart, he said the intellect, it can be a feeling or it can be the will. It's neither the feeling or will. The heart of God is your intellect. You was right the first time. It's your mind. It's the thoughts. That's it. That's all. The will of God is the laws. Alright? Read. So I'm cutting Zondervan too, man. Zondervan can be right sometimes, but most of the times he ain't right, man. Because he's still an Edomite, man. He don't know our records. Alright? You see that? He got cut just now. I read what he said. Alright? He was right the first time. It's your intellect. It's your mind. The other shit that he was saying had nothing to do with God. There you have it. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High. So she, child, giveth their mind to the law, read, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, read, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancients. You're going to be wise than all the elders if you do that. That's why all my life I be hanging out with old people and I was right along teaching them, man. They were teaching me some things, but I would say, oh, you need to do this and this and this. They'd be like, oh, I never thought about that. Because, man, I've been like in my 20s with wisdom, man. That, to have wisdom, you can discern where to go, where not to go, where to hang out, where not to hang out, despite peer pressure. Yeah, I have buddies. Wait, let's do this, let's do that. Nah, brother, you wrong, man. I don't want to go there. What? You a punk? I'll be a punk. I'm a punk today, man. I guess. You ain't gonna do that when you come over here and put your hands on me. We're gonna see who's a punk now. Alright? But if I'm a man, I'm gonna say no. And you ain't gonna do nothing about it. Alright? Just know, if you go over there, something bad will happen to you. Nah, I don't think so. I think you lying. They go over there, something bad happened to them. Aha, now I'm laughing. Now I'm mocking them. So you gotta do that to them, man. How they gonna learn if you don't, man? Alright, you got to, man. They mocking you, mock them back. And it's a righteous mock. God mock us. How come you can't mock your enemies? They mocking you. Wisdom of Solomon 9:14. For the thoughts of the mortal man and the miserable and our devices are but uncertain. 15. For the corruptible body presseth down the soul, and the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind that museth upon many things. You see that? That's exactly right. Exactly, man. Alright, let me get Tyree. He had something up there. Let me find it. Yeah, let's get Isaiah 2 verse 11. And I'm gonna hold that right there because I'm coming right back there. Isaiah 2 and 11. I forgot. Alright. Isaiah chapter 2 verse 11. The lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of a man shall be bowed down, and Yahweh alone shall be exalted in that day. Elijah mocked man, and that was righteousness mocked. Yeah, exactly. So while we got in this truth, I had a lot of my homies, they were like, man, assalamu alaikum. Wrong one, jackass. Wrong one, man. Wrong, like Jeopardy, man. Like, what's it called? Family Feud with those X's on it. Wrong, man. Wrong answer, man. It's Shalom, brother. Shalom. Peace be with you, man. They trying to mock us, man. They trying to mock our credos and our greetings, man. They can't do it, man. Alright, so let's go back. Sirach. These brothers are sick. That goes right back to Isaiah 1 and 5. They sick in the head, man. Read. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecy. So how you know what goes on in your life if you got imagination stuck in your head? You got the pastor in your head, you got the scientist, you got Kemet, you got all this filthiness up in your head. Oh, we gotta go plant-based. We gotta get rid of meat. Vegetables is bad. It's GMO, genetics. They just messing up our food. Yeah, but the prophecy told you that already. They follow a pedo as their leader. They follow pedos as their leader. They follow these so-called white men as their leader. The stranger, the strange man. That's the problem. He's profane. So you with a filthy, profane mind, you're going to be profane right along with the jackass. It's like the blind leading the blind, man. He don't know your word, so you follow his, you sniffing his tail, because they actually literally have tails. They got to get snipped off. You follow his pink red butt, then you going to be like a pink red butt, a chocolate strawberry, a caramel apple for you Latinos. That's what happens, man. You cooked. You cooked, man. Joshua 1:8 now. Yep, that's the precept. We're gonna get precepts now. Joshua, see, I already have Romans 12:2. Told you, Tyree. Yeah, shing, shing, ding, ding, ding. Are we sparring, Tyree? Ding, 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 with the swords. Ding, 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 ding. Oh man. Joshua 1:8 now. Let's get Joshua 1:8. That's funny. All praises. Follow. Yep. They love that pedo, John Thornton. They love that pedo, Gito. They love the pedos. The strange guy. The stranger. Man, that's what happens, man, when they listen to them, man, all the time. They fail. All the time. And that's why they must detox their brain, man. Let's get Joshua 1:8. Here we go, man. Joshua 1:8. All praises to the Most High. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth. What did God say? This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. Read on. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. So all your pastors want to talk about prosperity, success. Everybody want to put on their bucket list, you be successful, get a bag. That's how you be successful. Money this, money that. Money don't make your ass happy, man. I got a saying for that. Now, all money is good money, idiot. All right? That's not going to make you prosperous. There's niggas with money. Look at what happened to Diddy. He did everything that these devils, these Jewish devils, these pink red devils, he did everything that their asses told him to do. Killed his own people, put people in bad situations, put them in debt, messed up their lives. He did everything that these white devils told him to do. He did everything with, what's his name that looked like a penguin? What's his name? Clive Davis. Yeah, penguin. Clive Davis. You did a good job. Yeah, man. Clive Davis, wicked ass, man. He needs to go to jail too. Alright? But nah, they're gonna always put Judah as a money is just defense. Money is just defense. Alright? Prosperity is keeping God's law. When you keep God's law, He's gonna make sure you prosper. He's gonna make sure you be successful. When you apply what He told you to do, and you start letting Him be the commander of your life, being the chief of your life, controlling your life, when you allow Him and have faith and just say, you know what, take me, man. Just Let me straighten that up. Just, do with me as you will, man. Basically, like what Christ said. Let your will be done. My will is not your will. He acknowledged that he's not in control. So wait a minute. See that, man? So all you have to do is kill the Christians when they say, well, the Trinity, man, Christ is God. If he was God, he would have got off the cross. All you got to do is just take him to that simple ass cut. Let your will be done, Lord. That was it. He didn't have control over that. It was already prophesied for him to do that. He didn't have control over that. That was the Father's will. He put him through that. All right? Jesus. Woo! There you have it. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. You see that? Psalms 11 and is it 3? I got a crack in my phone. It looked like 11 and 3. Well, we're going to Psalms anyway. Let's go with Psalms. Psalms 11 and 3. And I got Psalms 119 and I think 97. Yep. 119 and 97. Let's go with Psalms 11 and 3. Woo! I think we sparring over here, huh? We're like, ding, 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 ding. Let's get it. So I guess Christ was in the wilderness praying to himself. Right. That part. See, these Christians got him thinking that they crazy, got him acting crazy like them. Christ wasn't crazy. He did the will of his Father. All right. Man. Psalms 11 and 3. Yep. I was right. All right, let's read. If the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? If the foundation be destroyed, what will a righteous do? They gone, man. The foundation is the law, man. It's keeping the commandments. Period, man. That's the foundation. You break that, you done. You cook, man. When a house don't have no foundation, Psalms 1 through 3. Let's get that. No, Psalms 1. Okay, 1. Okay, let's start from 1 through 3. Chapter 1. All right. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. Yeah, blessed is that man. Ooh, that goes right back to Sirach. Desire no multitude of unprofitable children. That's what it said. That's what it said. All right. Same thing with this. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners. That's saying the same thing in Sirach, man. We don't desire a multitude of profitable, ungodly kids. That goes for an adult. They children. All right. We all children. Even the children. We children. So you get adults that act like kids, man, because they are kids. Your mama is a kid. Your granddad is a kid. Your grandmama is a kid. All these elders walking around think they old. They not old. They children. All right. They're God's children. Unless you are a heathen, you not. All right. But our people walking on this earth, we kids. Then even the nations act like some damn kid. You know what they act like? Hoodlum children. That's who they act like. The stranger and the heathen are kids that don't have no good upbringing. They're trying to peer pressure you to go off. That's the nations. They hoodlums. All right? Hoodlum kids. Thank you. Hoodlum children. Read on. But his delight is in the law of Yahweh, and in his law doeth he meditate day and night. Read that again. Woo, that's good. Ding, 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 ding. I think, yo, Tyree, I think you knocked my sword out my hand. Well, that's all right. I'm gonna get you. I got one. I'm gonna catch it, put it behind my back. Ding, ding, ding. Are we sparring right now, Tyree? What's going on, man? Yeah, I thought you were my brother, bro. We sparring now, aren't we? All right. Yeah. In the hyperbolic times, doing flips. I'm blocking. You kick me. We Morpheus and Neo now, bro? What's going on? Read that from the top, man. I like that. That was good, bro. Good precept. Bro, excellent. Excellent. Well, iron does sharpen iron. Iron does sharpen iron. Let's go. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of ungodly. Whew. I gotta mark that. That was, that's nice right there. Nice. Excellent. Mortal Kombat. Excellent. All right. Nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. Yeah. And people that like to scorn, always like to murmur, the scorner. Man, why is he doing that? He ain't gonna be successful. That ain't gonna happen. I hope it never make it. Because you're not making it. You're not doing nothing what the Lord says. Read. But his delight is in the law of Yahawah, and in his law doeth he meditate day and night. Whoo! That was nice. Read on 3. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. He gonna have waters. Life. That's basically what it's saying. He's gonna live, man. You can put a plant right by the river. It's getting all that nutrition from the soil, which is dark soil, humus, dark soil, right? Rich soil. And you're getting the waters and the flows from the river of that tree. Man, that tree is going to grow big. It's going to have life. It's going to have fruit. It's going to be abundant. It's going to have all life in itself. Because it's by the rivers. The rivers is clean. You got that nice, rich, dark soil right in there in the roots. It's growing good. It can't be knocked down. There you have it. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. See, that's all I said. See that? It's sturdy. You can't knock it down, man. It's growing. From the root, from the fruit. Speaking of fruit, let's get it. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. There you have it. Okay, Tyree. Give me Psalms 119 and 97. Psalms 119 and 97. All righty, let's bring it. All right, I got cut Zondervan now. I got punched Zondervan in the face now. He said the heart is intellect and the feeling and the will of God. All right, we're gonna see. Is it the will of God or is it the law? Let's find out. He gonna get punched now. Time to slice Zondervan now. Here you go. Psalms 119 and 97. That's diabolical, Murray. That's diabolical. I know. Sometimes you gotta cut theologians sometimes because they don't know. He don't know. He said the first thing was right. Here it go. Oh, how I love thy law. What? Oh, how I love thy law. One more time. Oh, how I love thy law. It is my meditation all the day. Meditation all the day. Huh. What you doing? Move. Alright? Huh. You see that? Huh. Psalms 19 and 7. Let's get Psalms 19 and 7. Psalms 19 and 7. Here you go. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. Get over here. Making wise the simple. Huh. You see that? Ooh. All right, now here's the Donovan one. So that was for you, Tyree. That Psalms 119 and 97. Ding, 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 ding. Yep. All right, now here's Donovan. Donovan gonna see that was that's a friendly thing with me and you, Tyree. Let me punch Zondervan in the face real quick. I'm gonna have to punch him. He gonna get a big boot, the Kane Undertaker boot into the face. Let's give him a boot to the face, shall we? Give me Psalms 40, verse 8. Psalms 40, verse 8. Here's a kick to Zondervan's face. The heart is the will of God. No, it's not. The heart is your mind, brother. It's your mind. It's the intellect. You was right the first time, jackass. He was right the first time. Let's give him a boot to the face. Psalms 40, verse 8. Here it go. I delight to do thy will. What? What did King David say? I delight to do thy will. Here it go. Here's the will. You ready? Zondervan about to get kicked hard. That Bruce Lee kick. Bam! Through the canvas. Through the wall and bust through the wall. That's what I'm about to do with Zondervan. That dragon kick. You ready? I delight to do thy will. O YAHAWAH, yea, thy law is within my heart. Within my mind. So that's see, that's a double cut. That's a double cut to Zondervan. Because that just was a separate from the heart. Right? The will is not the heart. The will is what? Give me that again. I delight to do thy will. The will, O YAHAWAH, yea, thy law. The law is the will. Read, is within my mind. Heart, will are two different things, Zondervan. The will is the law of God that's going to detox your what? Your heart, your mind. Duh! Say it. Wrong definition. You see that? You was right the first time. Zondervan, intellect. All right, Tyree, let's go. Right now, we just having fun time now. The lesson is pretty much done. Okay? I went into Psalms, and then you brought out Romans 12 and 2. All right? So it's pretty much done. Anybody that got questions, they can bring up questions, bring up precepts. So that's what we're going to do now. So Tyree got 37 and 31. I'm about to close in a minute because we got that canceled. All right. So let's get this Psalms 37 and 31. All praises to the Most High for this lesson. All praises, man. I know I had a little hard little start. My wife didn't get her check or whatever, or her mail, so I had to go find the mailman. Okay, Psalms 37 and 31. The law of Yahweh is in his heart. None of his steps shall slide. You see that? So the law, which is the will that we just read in Psalms 19, Psalms 40 and 8, goes right along with this scripture right here. Right? So your will, the will of God is the law, which that's going to detox your heart, which is in your mind, which is your heart. Read that again. The law of Yahweh is in his heart. The law, the will, which is the law, is in his mind. Right? Joshua 1 and 8, right? The Psalms 1, chapter 1, 1 through 3, all connected, right? Those things is going to make you detox your mind right there. Read. The law of power, Elohim, is in his heart. The law of his power, of Yahweh power, is in his heart. Read. None of his steps shall slide. None of his steps is going to back. You ain't going to backslide. You ain't going to be a backsliding daughter of Zion. Right? You ain't going to be a backsliding man, woman, or child when you keep these commandments, man. Alright? So with our praises to the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, we're going to close out with that. And all praises to the Lord. Alright? For giving us another day, another Shabbat to rejoice, to gather and collect and gather with our brothers, man. And do the will of God. Do these laws, man. Keeping his commandments. Eat my water, Billy. About to gather with these brothers and the men in this council. And with that being said, we're going to say all praises to the Most High. Shalom. Shalom.